There's only one way to start.
The defenders that have performed at VVD's level is Rio, John Terry, and Vidic. I mean, how long are we going to act like this guy's a top striker, man? Champions League final.
We got to the Champions League final and lost to Liverpool. I'm cool. I've accepted that. I moved on.
Worst week ever as a Spurs fan. I
think the most pertinent issue that we can discuss, and I've said that I'm not.
Guy loves a big word.
That's the dumbest thing you've said on this pod.
Cool
You just
that.
said Spurs are in turmoil. You know you want to say it. Don't let him press you.
Get 20% off all Manscaped products plus free shipping with the promo code STTV.
Boom! Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're live in the flesh, live and direct in effect. You already know what time it is. Make sure you subscribe, make sure notifications are on. You know how we do. Listen, midweek episode because FA Cup's this weekend, and you know it's important, but we gotta touch on important things. But let's get into it. As normal, hold tight the 3-point collectors.
Hey, couple of them this week. Not
talk.
us, but
Yeah, boy.
we'll be back next week.
Same. Well, I didn't get 3 points either. Hold
3 points.
Yeah.
production, produce,
Participation.
production, produce. Hold tight the participants.
Hey,
Little
quite a
one,
few of them
little
this
few, couple few of them.
yeah.
And then we've got a few special hold tights in it. We've got hold tight the contract terminations. See Arsenal doing their little thing there. Hold tight the teams that scored 9 goals, and then they've now scored 10 today. And hold tight.
Arsenal getting rid of the mole in the camp.
Yeah. No, that's coming. That's my champ of the week stuff. See, production, produce.
I just asked him.
Man,
I just asked him.
ruin everything.
That's my one.
my champ of the
Sorry.
week.
to it.
My bad. Sorry.
And hold tight the end of the streak.
Hey.
Wait. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's Brock! Oh my god! It's WrestleMania!
We telling them, Brock. The streak is over.
I'm here. We're here. The streak's over.
Hey, this guy. I can't take
Man
this
said,
guy.
Woo! Here comes the pain.
Oh,
You.
Hey, big results.
big
Big results.
Oh man, the whole docket had to change just like that.
Cause,
Man said overnight. Man said in pre-production meeting, bro.
man,
The production changed pre-production. Oh boy,
I'm charged.
oh,
charged.
there's a lot to unpack. So
charged.
forgive
I'm in
us.
trouble today.
Forgive us if this
They're in
episode is a
trouble.
bit chaotic and upside down. There's a lot to unpack here. So cool. Let's start like this. We're gonna start top level, and then we're gonna go beyond the surface. So the top level is that
The big result.
the big result is that Burnley, who have only scored 9 goals this season, had no signings, only scored 9 goals this season. Aubameyang is one of the top goal scorers.
Yeah, bro, they ain't been that
Burnley
bad.
have 9 goals.
9
I
goals
swear
this
they're
season.
like in the top 10 or something. Or...
Nah, they're 7 points clear of relegation.
Oh,
7 points clear of
they've been
relegation.
scraping.
Give my boy Daichi some peace.
Real men are back.
Real saying,
Listen,
Real Men
we were-
FC.
we
Big
were
win for Real Men.
Hey,
We were
Big win for
suffocating.
Real Men. He was about to
Real
drop
talk.
Klopp as well. Don't get it twisted in that tunnel as well.
So
Boy.
to create the context of what today's discussion is going to be, 9 goals this season, unbeaten run at Anfield, a change side, and much of the optimism. Apologies about this side was because this side was the side that beat Everton 2-0 once when they needed goals, and it's very similar to the side that beat Barcelona. I was told, and Origi scored a goal on that and everything. Cool. And they lost. Not only did they lose, the streak was ended. They've now gone 4 games without scoring a Premier League goal. And what was the stat about 5 games? They've not won in 5 Premier League games.
Not scored in 4 now.
Not scored in 4, yeah, not scored in 4. And there's a lot to unpack here because there's been a lot that's been said, especially there's a lot that's popped up this week that has got a lot of stick. There's a lot that we've said here before that's got a lot of stick. And should we start with the goal scoring issue and then move to everything else about the manager and the team and everything? I think that's probably a nice chronological order of doing that. So let's talk about it. No goals in 4 games. We can't blame this form on Van Dijk. This is not a defensive problem. It's a goal scoring problem.
Yeah.
Go.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Talk to me about it. What's going on with the ghost?
Did you see the way
go for it.
he just said to me, I said,
I've
go.
introduced-
Like it's already.
Man was there waiting.
Come on,
Man came in.
host.
No, man came. I'm charged.
Hey, I'm
I've
waiting
opened
for the
up.
man. I'm waiting for the man.
They've
to
not
say
scored in
their
4
thing.
goals. Talk to me.
Listen, what did I say about X Factor? What I say about X Factor? When the going gets tough and the teams have figured you out, is this camera on me? Use your common sense. You look stupid right now.
Oh.
This is what I'm trying to say. When the going gets tough and you need that X factor, someone that's going to bail you out, get you through these tough moments. Because the crossing's not working anymore. Trent was crossing 1,000,000 times. Robertson was trying. It's not working anymore. You've been figured out. Somebody needs to pop up with some goods. Everything they say about United and all these teams about, all they do is rely on individual brilliance. That stuff is getting them where they are right now.
Yeah.
Liverpool, people talk about how great their system is. We've mentioned some of these players are not that good. They're system players. People have said, no. As soon as the system has broken down, what's happened? Now I'm hearing about goal droughts. I'm hearing about this. We might actually have to get Mbappe. We might have to sell Salah. All of a sudden they've turned. But I said it from the get-go. These Liverpool, Salah and Mane, great goal scorers in a great system. X Factor, have you got the Hazard about you? Have you got the Neymar about you? Can you break down that low block from individual brilliance when needed? Gini Wijnaldum can't. Shaqiri can't. Divock Origi, Firmino can't. Mane can't. They ain't that team. They were a team that were built off a great system. That system is looking a bit rusty right now. And here we are.
Chamberlain, in all fairness, like he's not prolific, but he's the one player that you might think, he might score from outside the box, but not at the level that we're
He
talking
needs to
about.
drop a level.
Not the level that we're talking about.
Pops up like 4 games.
Yeah, that's
a
what I'm saying.
season
But
and then gets
compared to
injured
the
for
rest
6
of
months.
compared to the rest of midfielders, compared to the rest of them.
but
But
what
let's
about
address
Gini?
the system.
Gini
Let's
should be getting goals.
production.
Yeah, I said this.
Gini-
Production.
production.
But
yeah,
yeah,
that's-
Gini is, I don't think goals have ever been expected of Gini. And like you said, there's been a system in place where he's played a kind of more legs role, if that makes
So
sense.
let's
rather than
talk about the
goals
system.
created.
Let's talk about the system. So the reason why I want to address this is because for me, it's all nice and dandy to look at what's going on now. Forget that. Let's take it back to a few months last season when we came here and we said Liverpool's performances in the Champions League were poor with away games, where we said that the turn of the year, which was beginning of 2020, they had been poor as well. And people were saying, no, it's because we've got the league wrapped up and they'd been poor. And when Watford were off in their pan and bare things were happening, it's like, but you man are not really producing, like you're not scraping the wins anymore. You said it about the system. There's not goals and assists and everything. I'll speak about Mr. Guardiola. When he doesn't have strikers and everything, they still manage to operate and do stuff and produce and bring an element. They manage to tweak things around.
Yeah.
So the question I have for you guys is, are City able to do that because of the management and there's not system, or there's a better quality of player? Or is it just because what's happening? How come City can, when they're in moments, be able to tweak their team, tweak everything around? Is it because they're not relying on the system? Or is it because their players are far superior? Because before it was like Liverpool players are like, this is the best, the greatest Premier League team.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's with Liverpool, I think because they're not up there at the title, I think maybe this, you got to remember, this is the first bad patch I feel like they've gone through in what, 2.5 years? 3 years, possibly?
This is the worst
Like,
patch,
they've
had bad patches.
With what, maybe the 1 or 2 losses to what?
Yeah,
what
Liverpool
Watford
haven't
and
really
Atletico.
gone through bad
Bro,
as
really
in,
true.
you're talking about results. You're talking
I'm
results.
talking consistent run of games where results haven't gone their way.
I'm telling
in
you,
2.5
that
years,
Watford-
I have not seen Liverpool have a bad patch like this.
You're talking
No,
purely
I'm-
results. As if you're talking about results, yes, but we literally came here last year and said they don't look like the same team.
Yeah, but if you think about
There's
it, just
difference
before this
that are
season, they had
impacting
lost
their
like
results.
3 games
I feel
in
like
2
this-
years.
No, that's what I'm
Something
saying.
else,
In
3
terms of
seasons.
results, because remember, there's 2 ways to look at it. In terms, you can still look bad and still get your results.
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
still
We
look,
know since
you still look
for
bad.
me, since lockdown, they haven't been good. You know what I mean? When Atletico Madrid beat them and stuff.
Yeah.
But in terms of results,
This is the worst. This is the worst it's been.
It's their
Like,
worst kind of run
not
that I've
scoring
seen in
in
a while.
4 games is insane.
Yeah.
Especially when your front three are so notorious. And what I find funny is, I see a lot of fans then they'll throw the Bobby thing back out. So before when it was like, okay, no, Bobby's good again. Now it's Bobby, but Bobby can't be the only issue here. The issue is, like you've mentioned,
Salah
the
won't play
forwards.
today as well.
Yeah, but
I mean, we
there's
keep
the
saying the
forwards,
forwards thing, but Salah weren't playing.
but
today.
that's just
Bobby
the
He
game.
came on.
It's been
He came
fair.
on. He came on.
Yeah, him and Bobby came off the bench. So.
But that's there's
Only
been 4
but
games.
at like 50 minutes though. Like
There's been
they had
4
quite-
games. I feel like if they can't operate, you need something else. And
Mm-hmm.
like, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of mitigating factors like COVID, games, and everything. But to a certain extent, we have to remember that everyone else is dealing with this as well. Like, and
My question would be: is like, are we seeing now like the cracks in Liverpool, and are you saying like that they're potentially, I don't know, forfeiting their title in a sense?
I don't think
Because you're saying like they can't adapt and change like Pep City team.
Klopp
I
has to- Klopp
think
has to
they've
do
still got a
something.
lot to come back on with Van Dijk coming back. That will definitely help. And I know
But
they're
we're
saying
talking about
their
the
forwards
goals,
are
bro.
struggling right now,
Yeah,
but that ain't gonna go on forever, bro.
yeah. But
Them players, I know we were saying
Good players.
X factors or whatever, and this, but it's like at the end of the day, them man get goals. This will turn around. I feel like it's just a bad patch they're going through, and it's fortunate that United's form is upturning, City's form is upturning, so it's looking even worse. But I think, listen, there's still second half of the season. We're only halfway at the point now.
I'll say this: in the last season a bit, do you reckon that teams are starting to understand more how Liverpool play and starting to find them out? Because that's been a topic of discussion as well. Liverpool getting found out, Liverpool getting found out. Is that truth or false in your opinion?
No, I hear that. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think their system has, but of course, that happens when you play one system in a specific way.
Cool.
But I feel like there's definitely wrinkles in that Klopp can add on to this team. I don't think it's
So
like
what-
all done and dusted.
in his
Yeah,
situation.
nothing's
No, I don't.
done-
Nothing's done.
nothing's
But
done
what?
and
What? How do you in this situation now? Because before it was the defenders are out. Cool. Like he spoke a lot about that. Fair enough.
And they had no issues.
They had no issue. Well, boy, you came in and you were saying Fabinho is the best
Yeah.
in all of this.
But
Cool.
they've been keeping clean sheets. Let's not blame
Exactly.
Fabinho. They're
Now
comfy back
we're
there.
So
looking
for
at
me,
the
you take-
attacking pack. Okay, so how does he go about fixing this now? If we're saying true to facts that teams are making it harder for them to play against.
I think it would just take time, to be honest. In these kind of patches,
How much time do you have? You're playing what?
within their team.
You
That's
what,
how
playing
I see
United
it.
in FA Cup the other next day.
Nah,
You've
but
got
for me,
time is not.
for me, no, but
Listen,
I understand.
Liverpool have got the silverware in the bag for me at the moment.
They're top team, but they're a good team, so they're always gonna still stick with what they know. He's not gonna change it like drastically change. He's trying
Little
by
wrinkles here and there.
Shaqiri, and then he dropped them to today. He's trying a thing, and right now they're not responding to it. Yeah, I mean, because end of the day they can't score goals at the moment, and they're actually getting some decent chances, but they're not. I was just about to say it's
They're
not
not
as
fashioning
frequent
as what they
as
used to.
before. And what it is
They had
that
one chance today.
yeah, Salah had that chance today. That's the only thing I can
Origi,
really remember.
when he hit the
Origi
cross.
as well. Yeah, Salah had a chance.
And
but-
that wasn't a created chance, it's a mistake.
yeah. So when I look at Liverpool, it's just like right now, they are just going through that moment. We're not going to say that they can't win the league or anything like that. But right now, they are going through a moment where even if they get through this patch, I think Klopp is going to have to make massive changes in the summer.
Yeah.
He's going to have to make massive changes. And
I mean, when you look
we've
at-
mentioned, sorry, bro, we've
Go on.
mentioned with FSG maybe not backing them or whatever. And then we were all coming in and saying, oh, Thiago signed, it's game over.
And
But
Jota.
you look, Thiago, listen, I'm sorry, we're here to speak facts in this show. Thiago, every match he started, they haven't won. They haven't won a match with Thiago
Yeah.
starting. So read into that however you want.
Coincidence.
But it could be a coincidence. But when you look at it, I was watching Thiago play, and for me, as you guys know how much I rate him, whatever, one of the best. But I think he suits other teams more than he suits Liverpool. I tweeted, Thiago must be wondering, why did these fullbacks have the ball so much? Like, I want to play ball, bruv. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, let me pass it to someone. Like, as soon as he gets it, you're giving it to the fullback. Like, and I saw I think it was Haman. He said something like, Thiago's a great player, but he slows down Liverpool, blah, 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 blah. Like, he doesn't suit. I don't know
wouldn't
about all
buy-
of
I
that.
wouldn't buy
I'm not,
into that.
hey, I ain't
Too tough.
co-signing. I
Yeah.
ain't co-signing that. But what I'm just saying is, I just think him alone, like, you know how we thought he was going to come in and just, it's game over now.
I thought
Like,
he'd be
I
playing
don't
a bit
think
more
it's gonna
further
be
forward,
like that.
to be honest. I didn't think they'd be sitting him as deep. And I obviously think because Fabinho and Henderson have obviously been forced to step back, that's maybe why. But I
don't
think
know, you know.
with
I don't know.
the bigger issue they're having with their squad for me is when you're title contenders and you're trying to retain your title, with your squad depth coming in today, they had Origi, Chamberlain,
Facts.
and Shaqiri. I'm sorry, that is
yeah.
not good enough quality.
None
to
will
be,
start for anyone in the top six.
None. So it's like, and you look at them. What Chamberlain came for? What? How many?
40.
40.
40. Chamberlain was 40 million.
Lord have mercy.
I'm pretty sure Chamberlain was 40 million.
Is he looking like a 40 million player when he's coming in?
Maybe.
No.
Where's Naby Keita?
So,
Little
Where's
mix in
Naby
them
Keita?
things
but
there,
for me,
innit?
I think the
Where's
squad
you're
depth
an
there
idiot?
ain't
You're
enough.
an idiot.
I don't-
Where's Naby Keita?
Naby Keita, his
Gerrard,
hamstring
innit? New
falls
Gerrard.
off the bone every week.
35, you're right. Do you know what? You mentioned something, yeah, but do you know what it is for me? You see with Thiago, so in
By the
terms
way,
of
just before people try and just before he try to say, I just said a fact. I didn't say
Yeah.
any opinion. They're gonna try and make it
It's
out
a
like I'm rubbing out
coincidence. It's a
Thiago. I just said a
coincidence.
fact.
when you look at this Liverpool team's evolution, lack of a better term, yeah. For me, there's Coutinho Liverpool. That's right to say. When it was like he was in there and they had a bit of for all of his creative, they were lax defensively. Then you had the sort of engine midfield Liverpool, which had good defense, VVD, engine room there. Yeah, silverware, engine rooms in there, your front three is going forward and everything. And now because of, if we're being into context and everything, injuries, COVID and everything, you can't have that engine room now. And the issue that you have with having that engine room is finally being exposed. If you rely solely on these guys just being in the engine room, when it comes to it, if they can't give you goals and assists and give you more, and your front three don't give you more, it's not like they're looking at corners or anything else. Like look at Chelsea. Chelsea couldn't score. All right, cool. We'll use set pieces. Liverpool, once that system stops working, it's like, and like you said, you ain't got the right subs. You're gambling on getting your system going again. And with everything that's going on, like we've seen it with so many teams where like they hit that patch and it's tough. And if you don't overturn that quickly, boy, the league moves quick. It moves quick. Don't get me wrong. They could come back in the next few games and start scoring again. It looks handy dandy, but this could go on for a bit longer. If we're being realistic, they've just lost their first game at home.
We got them
That
next.
we got them do a lot. That can do a lot.
Perfect time to play them, to
do
be
a lot. And
honest.
we've seen how Klopp is. We see how Klopp gets frustrated with things. We've seen how he's reacted
he's
to
hot.
many things this season. He is very hot. He's been hot about the subs. He's been hot about injuries. He's been hot about multiple things now. So now, this is a real test of their champion-elect mentality now. Can you fight back? Can you deal with that pressure being so focused on you now? Because City are not really getting much pressure. It's kind of like, oh, you know, they're winning the games in the hand. They've got clean sheets and everything. United are there. Their fan base is going shush, 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 shush. And some of them are saying 21 and some of them
Everyone's
are like,
saying
they're going to fall off. Liverpool, this whole pressure right now
No, but
is
you know
on what can you guys do? Like, can you defend your title? And it'll be really interesting with some of the big names missing, whether they can actually do that or not. Because he has to feel like, okay, do I keep going with this or do I make changes? Do I go dip into the January?
Am I missing something?
But
Who are
with
all these big names missing? Van Dijk, is that it? Who else is missing?
They will argue
And,
that
okay,
Van Dijk-
Henderson didn't play today, but who else is missing?
They
please?
will
Gomez
argue-
and Van
they
Dijk.
will
Gomez and Van Dijk are
that's
basically
the
the centre-back
season
pair, which
defining
would allow the
thing.
midfield
Alright,
to
fair
go
enough.
back to being the midfield, and then
Yeah,
it has
as
a
in
knock-on
the puzzle,
effect.
The
That's
puzzle.
the thing.
They Liverpool fans will discuss.
But
you
with
saying
the Klopp hot thing, is that not just the number one manager throwing his weight around? I.e., similarly to like Fergie
With
used.
what?
Well, like everybody's saying this season, I noticed there's like this narrative of Klopp is hot, Klopp is rattled, and I'm like, this is usually the manager who's top, whether it's Jose or Fergie historically, has always.
I don't think it's
has
that.
always tried to play the mind games with the refs.
I
Has
feel
always
like-
tried to pull
yeah.
rules in his direction. So I'm like,
Go on, bro.
I don't. This narrative of like Klopp is always rattled. I'm always just thinking sometimes.
Yeah, but
He
you know
wears
what?
his
I
heart-
can't
he
lie.
wears
Do
his
you know
heart
what
I
it
don't know what's
is?
going
No,
on.
but do you know what it
Because
is, though?
Fergie used to do a lot of that.
I agree, but do you know what it is? Ferguson walked in like that, bro. Ferguson walked into the game. Jose Mourinho came to the country and
We
said, I'm the
said
special
Klopp,
one.
he switched it up.
You know what I mean? Klopp was the hug man, innit? Hugging, smiling, everyone's laughing,
yeah.
Mr. Cap, whatever. And then all of a sudden, he now goes, you know what I mean? All of a sudden,
Man
he
said, "Funny hats
starts,
FC."
he starts going up against his media, against his beloved media. He starts complaining about things that have got nothing to do with
I
Liverpool.
feel like British
I
media
think-
will do that to
yeah,
you, though.
maybe, but
British media will fuck
but
you up like that.
Either he's playing up to the fact that yes, we're champions.
Yeah,
and let me
I feel
flex
like he's
my
puffing his
muscles.
chest a little
maybe,
bit.
I think
but
he's doing the Jose.
but it's
I think he's
not
trying to
working.
protect his team. I feel
Nah,
like
he's not protecting.
no,
nothing.
I'm saying that could be.
Maybe,
it's a
maybe,
potential
but-
thing because you think about it, like a lot is going wrong. His system is not working for the first time, arguably in a long time. He will say that he's missing major players. He knows that the pressure is on.
When I noticed that Klopp is hot, yeah, and we came on stoppage time, was that Roy Keane situation.
Yeah.
Roy Keane said they didn't look that good or whatever, but
And then you took
we
it
were
wrong,
brilliant.
yeah.
And I was like, do you know what, Klopp? I said it on here. I said,
Yeah.
I think Klopp isn't actually happy with how Liverpool are playing and how they're going at the moment.
Who
This is
would
when
be?
they were on their win streak, by
That's
the way.
the thing.
They were winning games.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't think Klopp is actually happy with what's going on with Liverpool at the moment. That Roy Keane thing was a massive deflection. He's just trying to hide what is going on.
Yeah.
And then here we are now talking about Ollie's penalties, talking about this, talking about that. I don't see it like how you see it. Jose Mourinho, that's Jose. Fergie, that's Fergie. We haven't seen this side of Klopp.
No,
I like it though. I'm not mad at it.
It's not being mad at it. But at the end of the day,
but he's been a moaner. Pep didn't walk in saying
it's not about
like, everyone like hugging everyone. He didn't care.
He's a cheeky.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
But I don't even think Pep was like this in Spain. Like, there's obviously the English barrier.
When he met
as
Jose,
well.
he started to get that.
Of course, but in
Jose
England,
Can't
I just think it's down to there's also Klopp. I mean, Pep doesn't actually understand a lot of things that the media are even saying to him. So when they are trying to wind him up in a way, as in like, I don't know, but you didn't play well today, Pep. He just like, yeah, we did. Yeah, no,
okay,
brilliant. We're so good. I just don't think he knows how to articulate himself to basically be like, shut
I
the fuck up. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't.
He's just thinking, yeah, we played great. Like,
I feel like you see with Guardiola, like, don't get me wrong, they're all well seasoned and everything, but like Guardiola's seasoned in that regard. Like, he's used to people like looking and being like, oh, okay, can you do this again and everything? Yeah, and then he does it in an intelligent way. Like, he will come back. Remember the whole Chelsea were very good. Like, he will always.
That's
circle
what I mean.
back
He's
with
sarcastic
something.
with it.
Yeah, he can circle back, but
clap at them.
do you know what
like
it comes down to? It comes down to, you know what, yeah? Football is a high pressure environment. And when you've been in a situation where you're top dog and you know that everyone else is coming back for you, when your back's against the wall, you either fly or you will react. And now, literally, what it boils down to is we need to see if this championship elect team that missed out by 1 point, won it, were the dominant force in Europe, can react now, because this is what it's made about. People say that Van Dijk's injured and whatnot, but Van Dijk didn't solely win you everything. You won everything as a team. And now, more than ever, remember when they were doing the 3-3 and they were hugging and the West Brom and everything? And he's like, this is what we need to see in terms of actual team now. How can you come back together? Because that's what football is, bro. Let's break it down to the simple facts. Yeah, they got people injured, but we expect highly of you. Can you deliver?
This the first time Klopp has ever been the favourite.
Yeah.
In his career.
Yeah.
He was never the favourite in Germany.
Was he Dortmund?
No.
Like,
he was always behind Bayern.
The whole City thing.
But last season they were favourites. Last season they were front runners for the whole season. What are you talking about?
No, but when you're front runners, it's different. No, this is in terms of like you wiped. See what? 23 points. 23 points.
Dortmund, he did 2 titles with Dortmund.
No, but what I'm saying is
he back to back.
He played against a very transitional Bayern Munich team.
Yeah. No, but as in Munich,
Van Gaal.
Munich's legacy is always going to be there. The power, they're going to do something. But in terms of now, you wiped the floor with a Pep Guardiola team by 23 points, and you're coming back this season. People are going to have that expectation of you. You get me? So listen,
you know what? A lot of people at the start of the season had very strong feelings that Liverpool might not retain, but then when Thiago came, it's like everyone's idea just went out the window and was like, oh nope,
they've got a boost. Yeah,
maybe, but it happens. Everyone thought Liverpool were going to dominate, and then didn't think they were going to dominate. Then Thiago came, and we were like, oh okay, it's game over. But then you never know what's going to happen. They might pick up form again though.
They might, but this is a test of
resilience. Peaks and patches.
Can I ask Cam one question? Go on. You said that they need to make massive changes, yeah? Just quickly, what areas do you think have to change, even if they win the title?
They need to revamp the front three. It's boring now. It's
freshness.
They need to freshen
revamp it. So what you're saying?
That either means Mane or Salah to go to so they can get someone else. 100% replace Firmino. I'm sorry, like this is getting beyond.
Well, Jota when he's
and
fit,
then Ginny's going anyway. He's not signing on, so they need to get a creative midfielder. Okay, the workhorse thing has been good. But
so wait, pause there. That means then ultimately, if we look at this Liverpool team, if you're putting a midfielder that is more creative, kind of what Thiago's doing, you are essentially trying to change. No. In terms of Thiago's not the mold of centre mid that they usually get. He's trying to change something.
Yeah, he has to.
So maybe let's almost park everything we said so far. Is this a case of where in the season where you're playing every week, you haven't got time to coach and everything, back-to-back games, you're getting players injured. He has realised over the last year he needs to change the system. There's that need in terms, and then now that he's trying to change it, it's not working.
I don't even
Thiago's
think
not that type of centre mid, if we're being honest.
I don't think he's trying to change it. I just think he was in love with Thiago, bro. I don't think he's necessarily right now trying to change it. But now going through this season, you're gonna see what was Trent and Robbo's numbers over the last 2 seasons? They must be over 20 assists each. In the last 2 seasons.
Yeah. Over the last 2 seasons,
You'll be surprised if either one of them get double figures this season in assists. And that tells a big picture right there. And that was their system. So eventually you're going to have to move on, bro. Eventually you're just going to have to. And that's by buying different players. They're still going to rely on their fullbacks.
It's going to be the Coutinho thing.
Robbo's on 5.
It's like the Coutinho thing. Like when they got rid of Coutinho with all of that like high octane and everything, they went to this workman midfield. But what I'm saying is, if they were staying to the same thing they did last season, he would have probably got someone that was like a workhorse. And then we keep doing that. We keep doing the fullbacks. He brought in Thiago. Thiago's not going to run around like them, man.
Thiago's meant to be a new wrinkle.
Yeah,
That's how I
and
saw it.
maybe with the new wrinkle, it's not working with everything. But Thiago's
I don't
only
think
that doesn't even
he
count.
hasn't been
Thiago's played
available,
6
though.
games. He's
He
only played
hasn't,
6
he
games.
hasn't been
So that's
available.
cap.
So
It's all
This is
cap.
what I'm saying. That's why what I'm saying is get a creative midfielder in there, because we've always thought that one of Liverpool's issues, even as dominant as they were, was their midfield creativity. We've always thought that. So now all it is that everything that we were saying they were getting through. They were still getting through, but everyone can see flaws in any team. There's always a flaw. The great Barcelona team, we always thought, you can get them on the counter. All of a sudden, you start getting them on the counter and they drown. Eventually, everyone's cycle comes to an end. I'm not saying Liverpool's is on to end, but there's still going to be glaring holes. Ginny needs to move on. He's going to move on. They need to get someone that's actually maybe world-class or top quality creator in that role.
You think creator and a goal scorer?
Not necessarily a goal scorer, just somebody, maybe you can get 8 goals, give you 12 assists or something. Yeah. So, something along them lines. I think they're going to need to get in a stardust player. Mane or Salah, I don't know what they're going to do. Firmino has to go and drop to the bench and then replace Ginny. And I think they can move on from there. Henderson's going to be there. Thiago will be there. So imagine, I'm just putting it out there. Imagine Thiago, Henderson, Grealish, and Mbappe or something. You're fucking looking. You're a lovely team. You're gonna go win the league again.
Do you know what's not
That's what I'm
spoken
saying.
about
Don't
as
you
well?
think?
I feel like a big thing they need to look at.
I'm not saying Grealish, but Maddison, whoever. I don't know. Just put someone in there that's a top baller, and I think there'll be a different team.
A big
But
thing
right
they
now,
need to look out for as well is like, of course, like Van Dijk's coming back and everything. You need to hope that with that sort of injury, that he's still the player he was, because them injuries can change you. Like it's not
Boy,
spoken
he might
about.
come back on some KD shit, boy.
But boy, let's move on.
He
from-
might end it KD's on smoke.
Let's move on from there. The natural place to go after there for me is City. Just quickly, very quickly. Do you want to address your comments about City? Because you mentioned
What's the comments?
the comments were they aren't in the title race.
This guy just said the comments.
Yeah, that's that.
What's
No,
the comments,
that's
bruh?
what you're
Hosting
supposed
needs
to
to
do,
start
bro.
hosting better.
That's what.
Wait,
pause.
Some
lazy hosting
Yeah,
going
say
on.
what you said to me. Host.
Yeah. Production, produce,
Host.
Pause.
Thank
Pause.
you,
Pause.
please.
Pause.
Man said, do you want to address your comments?
Do you know
Bro,
what?
the
do you
new
know what-
listeners thinking, what's the
Wait.
comment?
Pause.
You know what I mean? After
Let's slow
every other
down.
episode that we've done.
We've got too much dip on our chip now.
Come on,
because
mate.
I
What's
believe
the-
we're
what's the
not
comments?
idiots, and I believe we're all educated. So let's slow down for a minute.
Dip on our tip hype.
When
you know?
when man came,
Have you noticed that as well? Last
Man
couple
came
weeks?
in and was like, oh, I want to do the Brock Lesnar thing. Cool, green light came, boom, everything's done.
Oh, why are you exposing
No, because man them want to be
Oh,
silly. So when I say something now, when I say something now, man does green line chem, we go into it. Man wants to start doing chatty patty.
But
That's
what's
what
his
happens.
comments though?
Your comments.
What's
were
his
this.
comments? We need to know what his comments are.
Thank
What's
you.
Fuad gonna say?
Tee it
Start
up.
open up. You
Tee
need
it up.
to say it.
No, there's
Alright.
2 of us. Tee up.
All right, I would tee up. You know, I'm gonna host.
Let's
You know
go.
what I mean? I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
Host. Got a little Maggie on me. You know what I mean? I'll host. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Answer the question.
Fuad.
Talk to me, Cam.
We were on stoppage time a few weeks ago, maybe like 2 months ago.
Less
City
than
were
that.
going through bad form.
11.
I think Leicester had just smashed City.
Yeah.
I think that was it, and maybe you guys got City as well.
Yeah. 2-0 soon.
So, on stoppage time, you said with full chest and maximum chest. This is also when you thought Spurs were going to win league, but we'll move on from there. You said
I didn't at any point say that, but God.
You said Manchester City needs
Yeah.
to just completely forget the title.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a title season.
Mm-hmm.
It's a top 4 season.
Yeah.
Do you still stand by those claims?
No, I don't. And I'll tell you why. At
Yeah.
that time, it was a time lacking for goals. Style of players looking stale. Defensively, they're not looking as good. So it's a case of, what is this City team? And they're 11th for the first time. We're starting how long?
Would you say it was reactionary?
No, I wouldn't say it was reaction. I would say I was reacting to what I was seeing at the start of the season. It's pure and simple as
At
that.
the time, hype.
Now we turn it around. You look at their team though,
Yeah, it's true.
but you got to give credit where it's due.
Mhm.
Like, especially with Pep, for someone, I said it last week, he's not known for defensive improvements and things like this. And this season, especially over the last, 10 games or so, impeccable. And I'm talking Cancelo looking like arguably one of the best right backs in the
Bro, I'm in
world,
love with him.
if not the best, I
I'm
would
in
say.
love with him.
You've got John Stones, rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Like, I know I called him Pebbles before.
Yes,
Listen,
this is why I want to just...
Johnny Pebbles is done.
Yeah.
You're back to stones, big love. You might soon elevate to the rock.
What's that
Baby
thing
steps,
from Pokemon?
baby
What's
steps.
that rock man?
Geodude,
yeah.
yeah, I remember.
That's who he's developed.
But he's stepping up. But the main reason I would say that, next to him, Ruben Diaz.
But you hyped him before he came.
Bro, before he came, I thought, and that's because one of my boys was telling me, yo, serious centre back we should be getting. And I was like, let me see. First couple games, I said, listen, this guy,
Kane,
I can't see anything wrong.
You got at them, Laporte.
Yeah. We tried to inquire, but he was like, as soon as he heard City.
When you guys played them, you guys exposed.
Well, that was one goal. I think Laporte jumped up a little bit, hence the ball over the top, and we ain't seen him since. Why is that? Because of that pairing. But I think what he's done, even now they're starting to get that transition football back, where they go back to front really quickly. KDB in this false nine, all of a sudden, for me, I think it's working for him. Role, yeah. He's doing well. He's doing what he's asked for him. So, all in all, you look at City, they're kind of almost getting back to that. The only final thing they're missing, I still feel like, is that number 9. They get that number 9 now. They're almost...
Aguero got Corona today.
Is it?
Are you saying that's number 9 in terms of right now for the rest of the season?
I think they're definitely in a title race. They're very strong.
No, but saying, do you need them? Do they need that 9 before the window ends? Is what you're saying?
No, they're not.
I don't think it will happen. I think finances and everything is unrealistic. But I think in the summer, if they go for Haaland, icing on the cake, we're back to seeing City as like the formidables, 100-pointers.
Yeah, I've got a question. You know, going back days and days and days when we were on stoppage or whatever, it was even, I don't even know if I was part of the stoppage car. I can't even really remember. But you spoke about Pep can't teach defenses. That was like, do you give him mad credit for that? Or do you see a different side to Pep? Or
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because remember, that
I
was
think
the big
them
thing.
times he himself openly came out. I don't teach tackling. I don't do defend. So I was like, cool. And I've seen that in evidence. Like, his defenders weren't known for defending. They were more known for their ball playing abilities. But now it's gone like from a leaky City team where Kyle Walker's getting on a little bit. It's like you haven't got a partner for Laporte. Zinchenko's playing left back, but somehow he's been able to mold that. And I'm like, that's got to come from the experience he's been in now. What, 3-4 years? It's like the first year when he used to complain about second balls and you got to win this. So I feel like Pep has now evolved a little bit, and I've got to give him credit for that. I never thought I'd see that from Pep. He was just one way, and that's it, and that's going forward, and that's it. So
and we got
credit's due, man.
With what you mentioned, like even that you mentioned like Diaz, I think there was a clear leadership gap in that back four.
What, since Kompany left?
Since Kompany left, of course. And I don't know if Pep has told him there's space for someone to be a leader.
You have to talk.
But he's coming, bro. This guy's coming in wearing tight tops, looking ready to war. I mean, like, bro, like, and you talk about Laporte being dropped. Do you know where the change happened? When Laporte got dropped and Diaz was allowed to move to the left.
Yes.
And
I
now
noticed
Stones
that as
is
well.
the right-hand side of the centre-back.
They look
Kompany
more
was always the
comfortable.
right-hand centre-back. You know what I mean? But now Stones is on the right side. I think he's on there. And it's just...
But even
other things
I
as
think
well,
their defensive shape is not just the defense itself. I think the actual shape as a team, like the way they're operating, the way things are working now.
Yeah.
We said it after that Chelsea game. Like, we're actually seeing what is the press back, maybe because of the way Chelsea playing. But I feel like as a team, maybe they've had time to work on things and say, okay, you know what, this is how we're going to go forward. Aguero's not going to be here for a while. Jesus may be here, not what, but we need to work.
Two other things that I think wrinkles that they have added to get that press and that zip back. Gundogan has stepped up levels over the last couple of weeks.
He's been a baller, bro.
Bro, he's been a baller, but I feel like fitness issues and then just there was settling period. I don't feel like
he ever staked his claim fully and what's that? You know what?
But over the last 7-8 weeks, he looks back to Dortmund Gundogan, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then the other one is Phil Foden. Since him coming into that starting lineup, I'm sorry, but him and KDB, that link up is crazy. And if they keep him in that side, problems. And the thing is, but I think that's a big part of why they've got their little groove back going forward anyway.
I think City, obviously City were getting exposed for a little bit. It was looking bad. I swear Leicester scored 5 goals against them, right? They lost 5-1 to Leicester. Yeah. So it was looking 5-2. So it was looking like flipping now, like what is actually going on with City's defense, blah, blah. And obviously we've just talked about Diaz coming in. But I think he's just kind of gone back to, I wouldn't say basics because it's not his basics, but it's just gone from let's set up not to lose first. And people say stuff about individual quality and stuff, but individual quality is what's getting through. Is what's getting.
Let's not like it don't matter. Yeah,
individual quality is getting through City through games. It's not like I don't think I'm not watching City and thinking, oh my god, the passing patterns. I'm not looking at them like that anymore. I'm looking at them like very good, solid outfit, and you know they're gonna end up scoring because they've got quality players out there. The Foden, KDB, whatever. They're gonna somehow win the game. And there's no shame in that. Sometimes we do talk about systems too much. We talk about this and that too much. There's no shame in actually just having some quality players out there that are better than the opposition, and they're going to win you the match.
Do you know what it comes down to? Yeah? In a season like this,
Raheem Sterling hasn't even hit like
8 goals this season for Sterling.
It's like below par season. That's what I'm saying. Like they're still looking toothless up front and they look this good. Imagine.
I just feel like sometimes in football,
like
you said, you just have to make it simple and gain confidence. Like that run they had where they had like a few decent like teams that they're not like teams that shouldn't challenge City after the losses and everything.
Yeah, the Burnley, the Newcastle. Yeah, they got the clean sheet
get
run
the clean
going
sheet,
then. Yeah,
get the goals, keep building up, build momentum. We're back here. No one's really looking at us. And now they're in a situation where they've crept up and they've still got some decent games. And now it's about, now you've got that confidence. And confidence is something key because we're moving on to the next. Like, once you've got confidence, you're good. Liverpool are not scoring at the moment because there's a lack of confidence. Whether it's in the system or the individual players, there's a lack of confidence there. So
I saw Statman Baines.
Yeah.
You guys know Statman Baines?
Hold on, Statman Baines.
I saw him talk about only 4 teams. I can't say the 4 teams. I know Arsenal, one of them. I can't remember the rest. But only 4 teams this season have improved their intensity from last season. So everyone else has declined. So what we're talking, that must be got to COVID, the fixtures, whatever.
Yeah.
So 4 of them have gone up. The rest have gone down. And City, obviously including City. And when you look at City, we spoke. You said Chelsea, they pressed you. That was obviously a tactic for that game. But when you look at them, how often are you seeing Edison do sweeper keeper anymore? It's been a while. They're dropping deeper. They're defending as the actual unit now. It's not KDB and David Silva press you.
That's
and
what
this
I'm
and
saying.
And that ridiculous high line.
It's not like that no more. Where my man's
adaptive.
headering it and doing overhead kicks to clear it and stuff. Edison, he's not doing that. They're protecting him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's now allowed to just be a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? And there we go. And it's working for them, man.
It's funny. Speaking of confidence, on the other side of Manchester, you guys are in good form, but one person that everyone seems to be talking about at the moment is Pogba. Great goal. Amazing goal.
Great goal.
Let's speak about his form because you can see there's been the uptake in his form since that Mayowa incident, funny enough.
Will the real Pogba please stand up?
But the one that's not better than Ndombele.
I'm just saying.
Is this the real Pogba we're seeing?
I mean,
do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what's really? It feels like every season there comes a moment where we're talking about, or everyone's talking about, this is Pogba. This is Pogba. Like, like what are we seeing right now? Is this a moment, or is this like how he can be when everything is going?
That's my question. That's my thing.
But the thing is, people talk about moments. How many centre midfielders in the country are consistent the whole season? You can't name any. You can't name KDB. Okay, we know he's going to be doing what he does every single season, but I feel like, and this is not to dig at Ndombele or anything, but he's playing well. But people are going on like he's a Ballon d'Or candidate right now.
But what is your point of consistent?
Hold on. Yeah. My point of consistent is just consistent top performances. You get people that are obviously good, 7 out of 10, whatever, but you don't get people that are like, we're talking like this 2 months or 3 months of Pogba form. You remember in 18-19, Pogba went on form for 2 months and got in the team of the year. That just shows it's not like we have centre mids in this country that absolutely, you're talking about Gundogan. Okay, I agree at the moment. But you don't have centre midfielders, but it's just because it's Paul Pogba's profile that when you see him, it's like, oh, is this Pogba back? But Ndom or whoever can go off form for 2-3 months. You won't hear about it. Come back. Well, because now everyone's talking about Ndom. But yeah, you won't hear about it. Come back and then it's nothing. But with Pogba, because of the profile, it's like, ooh, is this just Pogba doing what he does, come in and out of form? I just think sometimes I'm one of the people that think Pogba's not done good enough all around at Man United. Yeah. But I just think sometimes, like, the form that we're saying, I think it's harsh to be like, is this Pogba just doing Pogba? No, this is Pogba just being a top midfielder that we know that he can be.
Let me ask you this, right? Let me ask this.
Fair enough. It's Pogba being a top midfielder. Wait, sorry. You look at Pogba, right? I'm going to give credit to Oli because Pogba's form literally simultaneously turned as soon as Raiola said that he wants to leave. As soon as that happened, Oli came out, basically said, fuck Raiola. Pogba's a good kid, blah, blah, blah. The man management, and there's been like reports that Oli made it clear that he feels like Pogba's let him down. But he's not going to go at war with him, but he feels he's let him down. And that man management seems to have worked because now Pogba, whether he's paying for a move or not, I don't really know what he's doing. He has been top quality through December and through January. He scored the goal to get us back into the game against West Ham. He scored the winner against Burnley. He scored the winner now against Fulham. He's winning us points. And we're talking about individual quality and X factor and stuff. That's a player right there.
I would say to add on to that, I think you tweeted during the week in terms of when Bruno's performances have not been what the high octane they've been, like Pogba stepped up. But I'll ask you this quite simply, right?
3 games.
A lot of people, well,
it's not been 3 games. Pogba's been top quality for 2
but
months.
let's
Two-
let's
those
even
are the
forget
ones
about
that
the
he scored
games.
in. Those are the ones he
So
scored in.
what everyone always references, right, and feel to tell me you disagree with you is people always go like, oh, we're seeing Juventus Pogba, or we're seeing this Pogba. They're always highlighting like specific moments like of him. Like it's not like, oh, like a season. It's always specific moments. That's one. 2, I feel like people have always known that Pogba has ability. Hence why it's like, you're not going to give us 10 out of 10 performances every single week. But what is the base level performance of Pogba that should be expected? Because the way I see it here is, you see what I'm seeing now, yeah? He's given like sick performances. That's amazing. But what is his base level performance that we can say, you know what, yeah, okay, this is a good performance for Pogba.
But this is what I mean. This is
1 minute
this is
it's
what I'm
like
saying,
rock
though.
star. Oh my gosh, it's sick.
But this is what I'm saying, because this just sounds like you haven't been watching United in the last 2
I'm
months. It's like you're only thinking about his goals, and that's why you're thinking he's a 10 out of 10 at the moment, and then if not, he's a 0 out of 10. For the last 2 months, Pogba has consistently been putting down 7, like just 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Like that, just playing at the higher level. Bruno,
Why do you think that is though? All of a sudden, do you think
as I
it's
said, but this is what I mean. Like, but this what Mays just said is exactly what I mean about the difference between Pogba and other midfielders. We are now talking like, oh, why does Pogba have to be? What's his base level? Watch Man United. Watch Man United in the last 2 months. You see.
But
I'm talking about now. We're talking about right now.
Yeah,
but he's just talking about this season. He's talking about right now.
I'm talking about in general, as in like, because everyone always says, yeah, or look to Juventus moments, and they always talk about the moments. And the thing is, yeah, like with Pogba, what a lot of people need to kind of factor in, right, is COVID is a massive element. He came out and said, listen, I wasn't the player. Like, you know that game when he was running back and gave it a pen? He actually came out and said, listen, I feel like I let my team down, but I've not been myself. I feel like he's had an uptake from them. And I hear you about the 7 performances this season, but in general, what is like a base,
the minimum requirement?
The minimum requirement. We know that Pogba hasn't matched that though. We already know that. We already know that.
I get that, but I'm saying
but
I'm saying because a lot of people, like you said, will look at the 10-10. What is that level to expect of him? Because
look,
literally for him,
any top midfielder, you want a 7 out of 10 every single week. That's if you're a top midfielder, you want a 7 out of 10 minimum every single week, just to get you through games. Because at the end of the day, centre midfielders don't have to win you every match. Just get through games, don't lose the ball, create whatever. That's what you want from your midfielder. And I've always said, look, I said at the start of the season to my boys in my group chat, I said, if Pogba can give Man United just a 7 out of 10 season, forget 10 out of 10. Remember at the start of the season, I said we need a player of the year.
I was going to say 7 out of 10. It was player of the season.
I said we need, but I said to my boys, if he can just do 7 out of 10, United are going to look a much better team. That's all we need. Just 7 out of 10. I don't care about Pogba being in the headlights and people doing videos of his performance. I don't care, because Pogba's been that. We've seen, as you're saying, we've seen the Juventus one with the Vine and the dubstep and all this type of stuff. For once, I just want to see Pogba go under the radar, which he's doing at the moment, but now he's scoring some winners. So people are going to be like, oh, God. But he's finally, as you're trying to say, what's his median? He's finally giving us base performance. Sometimes I'm looking at Man United and I'm like, why does McTominay look a better player than Pogba? But you don't have that.
To Fuad's question now, because that's a great question. Why has that? Because again, we've seen it in moments, and like you said, this is probably like maybe the longest. Would you say it's the longest period since he's been at United that he's maintained like 7, like a broad level?
Maybe.
Or would you say it was that
Ollie
season
came in?
Okay,
he was on a mad one. He was like, going crazy.
Why is this happening? Do you reckon it's because of the whole sort of Ollie at a certain point said, you know, you can't even get into this team. I'm playing these 2 men that don't have enough much ability as you, or you know what? If you want to play in that position, you're gonna have to play left wing and everything. Do you think it's because of the way he's been managed finally compared to how it was before?
I think that's a massive factor, that's why I mentioned Ollie, got to give him credit. That's a massive factor. It's now like, hold on, Pogba, we'll play without you. Before, Pogba could be on bad form, he's gonna play every week. With Jose didn't go about it the right way. It didn't work with them too. When you got Ollie, he's dropped him, but Ollie's always made it clear. He comes out every single week. Pogba's our best player. He'll say it. Pogba's our best player, blah, Pogba, blah, blah. But Pogba's still on the bench. He doesn't care. That's what you call tough love.
Yeah.
That's what you call tough love. And the Raiola thing, when he came out and said whatever, I think this is the first time Pogba's now looked at it and been like, fuck this shit. Like I'm gonna play with a chip on my shoulder. Like, I don't care about what anyone's saying anymore.
It's him with one eye on the summer.
Maybe.
Raiola comes out and he tells him to shut up behind closed doors or whatever. Says, you know what, I'm just gonna put the work in now. And from now till the end of the season, it'll be a nice way to send off United fans and then also new suitors. You know what? Yep. This is what I've got to offer, type of thing. They said I was robbed. They said I had COVID or whatever with the injuries. I feel like this is him trying to put himself back on the market, essentially. Maybe. That's how I see it.
Maybe.
Fair play. If he does well, I think United fans, like you were saying, you wanted a player of the season. I just hope it continues to the end of the season.
I agree.
Where you started this is, we've seen this too often where every season it's a 2-month spell. And maybe you can say, there's no midfielder. Pogba is not a player who's your normal midfielder. Everybody holds him to a way higher standard and his ability to a way higher standard. So we don't just want to see 2 months. It's like, all right, now you've shown us this post everything that's happened. Let's see it till the end of the season.
Just with the transfer thing that you were talking about, I agree that could possibly be a factor. Like, I banter my boys, you know, he's just like he's
just lining himself up.
But it's one of them situations. Apparently he's now convinced. I don't rate all of this stuff where it's like he's now convinced that the team are going places, because it was like, bro, what the hell were you doing? You were contributing to that rubbish.
Decline,
But apparently, you know, he sees a future, potentially, whatever. This is what's being spoken
touted
about.
Around,
You got to look at who the options are. Madrid right now, and they don't even like spending money like that anymore. His only real option is Juventus and PSG. And
Juventus will do it.
I don't know if they're going to do it. Their wage bill at the moment is crazy. It's only PSG, but
with Poch.
It's the only thing is just if he wants to go back to France and stuff. But I honestly, it's 50-50. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't want to misquote you, but you know when we initially spoke at the Pogba situation, what was your stance in terms of if he's leaving, you don't want to see him in the team, or was it that?
No, I said so. If Pogba wants to leave, let him leave. Okay, bro. Pogba can go in and win the Ballon d'Or tomorrow. If he says I want to leave, let the guy leave.
But you'd still keep him in the squad even if you wanted to.
Yes, go and perform. Win us the games. Do what you want. If you want to send us off in a great way, perform. And thank you very much. Hey,
justice for Van der Beek, though, man.
Jack Grealish in the
summer.
Come
on, man. Can't play 24 players.
Hey, justice for Van der Beek.
Who? Van der Beek.
He ain't even coming off the bench, bro.
Europa,
ridiculous now.
Europa
Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday is going to be mad. I'll ask this final question before we move off of that, because, like we said, Pogba is deemed to be one of the best in the world and everything. What level does he have to perform for us to have that honest conversation about who is the best midfielder in the Premier League? Is he actually the best midfielder in the Premier League?
No, he's not. Well, KDB is the best midfielder, and Thiago and KDB for me. I'm not going to just because of Thiago start. Those are the two best midfielders in the league. But then Pogba, I think if you're looking at who else, if Pogba's playing at his top form, first of all, if Pogba's playing at his top form, he's levels with them. But if he's it's
always variables with Pogba.
If Pogba's at his top form,
it's always variables.
Yeah, of course. No, but I'm just saying, if Pogba's at his top form, he's levels with them. But at the moment, they're ahead because of consistency. You can't argue that.
True,
So the big word with Pogba is he's doing it, but the big word with him is his consistency.
End of season,
we can talk.
Talk
soon.
That's all.
Talk
soon. Maybe we'll see what happens, but. Good luck to him. I don't even know if I have faith in him to be that consistent.
Are we going to ignore Leicester for another week?
No. We're going into Leicester now. Okay. I will play the liquidator, but the time's a bit mad. They man gave us serious licks. Serious licks. But when you get licks like that, you have to give credit to the team that give him licks. Leicester they're in the title race right now. They're talking like they're confident. Rodgers is finally getting his flowers. But let's discuss actual Leicester. Are they in this race for real? It's the first one.
I think Leicester are in the race.
Leicester
are in the race. One, I've seen crazier things. I've seen crazier things like Leicester go and win it in 15, 16.
You remember?
I've seen crazier things than this. I think I was actually looking at it. Chelsea, and we were saying Chelsea are contenders before. We looked at Leicester. I looked at the two teams. They're comfortably better than Chelsea. And their starting 11 is levels with Chelsea. It's not even a thing as in like, their starting 11 is levels with Chelsea. I'm taking Vardy over Werner. I'm taking who started? Who started? Cho. At the moment, Harrison Barnes is better than him. I'm sorry, lad.
Harvey Barnes, Harrison Barnes.
Sorry,
I can't even get the names right.
That's the guy from every week. That's the old Golden State. I
don't even know who he's talking about.
Sacramento Kings, isn't it?
That's
wrong
NBA.
sport.
Sorry, I'm watching too much NBA. So what's his name again? What's his name? Barnes is his real first name.
Harvey Barnes.
Harvey hype. You know. Yeah. So
dumb.
Harvey Barnes is better than at the moment. Anyway, he's playing better than their wingers. Who's there? O'Brien. Okay, that's going too far. No, because Tielemans. What,
Bro,
who's Chelsea centre mid? He walks into
Tielemans,
Chelsea.
Maddison, and
Madison
Ndidi.
starts for Chelsea.
It's for me
Ndidi
the perfect
starts for
trio.
Chelsea.
If you look at that,
Fofana starts for Chelsea.
Evans.
James Justin, he's better than Reece James at the moment.
Castagna.
James
Nah, I'm taking
Justin plays
Chilwell.
in. He
I'm
plays on the.
taking
He plays in the.
Castagna.
James Justin was playing right back.
No, it ends with
He
an
was
E.
playing with the left.
Costanza's supposed
Yeah,
to.
but
No, they did
it's
invert.
on,
They
innit?
did
I know
invert. They did
Yeah,
invert.
yeah.
The thing is, I'll say it like this. I reckon Rodgers will take the Chelsea squad.
Kasper Schmeichel.
Rodgers-
Schmeichel is better than
For me,
Black
Rodgers.
Kepa.
I think
Rodgers
About
would
Black.
take.
Yeah, but it's slept on, innit? Yeah, it's
I
slept
think
on.
Rodgers.
that's the thing.
Rodgers would take.
That's the
the
thing I
Chelsea
would
squad for
say
me
though
personally.
is that they're better equipped than ever. I think
Yeah.
Leicester themselves, and I think when you compare their starting lineup, like you said, to the rest of the contenders, they're just as good. Experienced goalkeeper, centre back. How many? What is it? Soyuncu still hasn't even come back in as well.
Bro, he was an industry
like,
plant, bro.
The thing is,
Stop
no,
this.
He was
what
an
you're
industry
That's
plant,
such a
bro.
Soyuncu
This
hater
guy-
because
what-
of
what you're
Maguire.
tapping
He's an
into
industry
is
plant,
last
bro.
season.
But their
Where is he?
recruitment, their
Last season,
recruitment
their
has
recruitment's always been
is
top-notch.
unreal. I think the only area where I think you maybe gas it on the wings, Albrighton and Harvey Barnes, maybe they're not, but they work for the team. That's the difference. I think they've tried
Okay, I
the
gassed it.
Damari,
I feel like you gassed the whole
Kelechi,
thing.
No, not the whole
Cengiz.
thing, just the wingers. The rest of the team.
I
All right, tell me
personally
who in
guess
Chelsea. Sorry, okay, let Fuad finish.
No,
Then you tell me.
but
you
with the wingers, I feel like that's the only area they haven't got right. They've tried Jose Perez, they've tried Kelechi. I feel like aside from that,
But Harvey
that
Barnes is
11,
quite
I look at
recruitment.
it. Harvey Barnes has stepped up, but the other side, Brighton, I think, yeah, he's good.
No, but they managed
he
to
can,
make it
They can do
work.
better than
Rodgers
that.
makes
If they
it-
want to be that top end, I think
Rodgers
areas-
makes it
I
work.
said Grealish.
You said it.
Bro, I've been saying if
He will take
Grealish-
them to a different level, man.
Cuz-
They'll become league
Let's go.
champions, mate.
I've always said if
They'll win the league.
Grealish links up
100.
with
Do you
Leicester,
reckon? Do you
They'll win
reckon?
the
Do
league.
you
They'll
reckon
win
he
the
would? Would
But
he
relax.
train
They'll win the
Leicester?
league.
This is-
from
let me
contenders
say
to
it.
league winners.
James
Seriously.
Maddison and Jack Grealish playing with each other every single week.
Hey,
So you're saying? Wait,
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
I said
Bro,
comps every
I'm
week.
sorry, support Leicester. No
wait,
cap.
wait. Let's go back. You said that they can.
No
you
cap.
said they can compete, right?
They can contend. Yeah.
I feel like where they've got better from last season is they have that depth. The issue again though is because remember last season they had the injuries. Pereira was out. Ndidi was out. Vardy was out for the main part. The issue they still have, if Vardy gets injured, you're pissed. Thursday, Sunday football. If they decide to tank out Europa,
forgetting
they're
about
calm.
Europa.
They're calm. If they don't, and they try and do both, I feel like it's just too much. Even though they've got
Every team's in Europe though.
no,
I feel like, you know,
no.
I just was about to say, I feel like this season, you know, the Europa.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna have much of an impact. Like,
I think it will
I
impact
think
who
it
gets knocked out
does.
first.
I
They
think
will
it
benefit.
does.
Who are the teams right now that are really looking like decent teams? Spurs, United, Leicester, and City. 3 of them are in the Europa League.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No,
What-
it's
what's
a
the
lot
difference
of
between
games.
playing Wednesday,
No,
Saturday,
but-
and Thursday,
No,
Sunday.
what I'm
They're
saying
doing
is,
it now.
what I'm saying
that's
is,
what we're saying.
no. What I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
so we're playing against Sociedad in Spain.
no,
I'm-
but what? Yeah, and
What? We're
it's-
not playing in Russia no more, though.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, you have to remember, yeah,
the Siberia
and
trips are over.
Naturally, when you're
Yeah, them
competing,
trips are-
when you're competing on multiple fronts,
Mm.
like with a team like United, where it's like, okay, we're gonna start Cavani today. I'll say,
Yeah,
we're
so you're
gonna
talking about the
change.
depth of Leicester.
Yeah, like even though they've got more depth, these players that are coming back are still coming back from injuries. Like Sionchu, saying he's gonna come back from injury.
What if
Pereira's
Leicester
just
don't?
come
What
back.
if they go out first round?
That's what I said. If they tank, you never know. Then it's a different situation. You can focus solely on that. And it's like, again, Everton, one of them teams, they slipped off. They've got no European football to worry about. They could make things difficult. So it's all about literally how things go.
Yeah, I think
it's an
if
interesting
you-
one.
Yeah, it is. Your good point about the Europa. I think though, if you're talking about, can they contend?
Yes.
Can they be?
Can they make it
8,
difficult?
9 points?
Can they make it
off?
difficult?
Yes, they absolutely can. That's the thing. They can. Will they? We don't know. But they have shown. Last season they went on a bad form. But you just mentioned Vardy and Ndidi.
Key
If they
players
can keep
injured.
these guys fit, bro, these guys are seasoned.
Big if
Premier
in this
League.
season, man.
Yeah,
Big if in this season.
These guys are seasoned
Big if in
Premier
this
League.
season.
They'll be the
Donnies.
reason Arsenal don't finish in the top
Can I ask you a
six.
question?
Yeah.
Fred, did you say that Leicester were in the title race?
Yeah.
Do you think they're in the title race?
Yeah.
Okay, so if Leicester are in the title race, they're in the exact same predicament as Spurs.
Yeah.
Does that mean Jose's done a bad job this season? Because
What do you mean?
if Leicester can be in the title race but not Spurs, and they're in the exact same predicament in terms of they're in the Europa League like you guys,
Yeah.
everything is the same. With the resources Jose's got, shouldn't he be doing at least what Rodgers is doing, having Spurs in the title race?
You're saying basically they're both.
Long story short,
He's basically Spurs in the title race. If
Spurs
Leicester
in the title race.
Yeah, yeah. I said that last week.
You're in
as
the title
well.
race.
I said there's like 5-6 teams in the title race this season. Didn't I say that last week when I got asked? Yeah, no. Spurs, Leicester, United, City, Liverpool, all in the mix.
Chelsea,
no one's
no
high.
longer.
Chelsea, that's up to him to answer. We got a Chelsea
I
rep
don't feel.
ourselves.
You know what? A couple weeks ago, I was gonna say.
What are you saying for
did it last
Jose?
year, didn't they?
No, I'm just asking this season. If Leicester finish above Spurs this season, what would you look at Jose's job that he's done this season at Spurs differently?
This season, I expect top 4 if we don't win the Europa. That's how I see it. For me, I need to see Champions League football. If we win the Europa and Leicester finish above us, I'm not worried. Does that make sense? So for me, it's about getting Champions League football. Leicester can't have Champions League football, and we don't.
That's a fair.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I said this season, Mourinho will be judged on. If what he does this season, he'll definitely be judged on. Last year, you can say, it's half a season he came in. Listen, you've had a full year now. You've had a summer of backing. As much as I'm Jose Way, listen, we got to judge our managers, bro.
No, hey,
we got to be real.
With the one player we do have to shout out though because of how good of form he's in and just how he's carried himself is James Maddison. Like the performances are there. He's owning his role in the team. He's talking about how he's getting more goals and assists. He's turning up, and we spoke. What was it? Maybe like 2 months ago, it was like, watch, people are going to bring the Maddison Grealish thing back. Watch, lo and behold, out of nowhere, Maddison Grealish, oh my God, who's better than this? It's boring stuff. But yeah, what do we feel about his form in terms of how it pertains to, should he be starting for England?
Bro, I remember last season when everybody was trying to act like when he went through a bad patch that he was mid or he was average. I didn't like that. I feel like Maddison getting back to his levels. I feel every player goes through dips. How old is he? 21, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
or something
24.
Like that? Is he 20?
I thought he was at 22.
I'm sure he was playing for the under 21s just last year.
Yeah, he was.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, I feel like he's still young enough.
So what, 23?
Yeah.
So yeah, but he's still, I feel like, young enough to go through bad patches and things like that. I feel like he's come back this season strong.
No, he is 24.
Leicester's doing well. He should be taking advantage.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's put himself in the best position this year. I think playing with Tielemans and Ndidi is the perfect combination, I feel, to allow him to get the best out of himself. I think Tielemans, the way he kind of sprays a pass, this season especially, I think he's stepped up another level. When I spoke about him
last season, you man were like,
but Ndidi as well, I feel like has broken the way he breaks up.
Last season, when I was speaking about Tielemans, how important he was in that run, you were saying it's cap.
What run?
As in, like, when Vardy was out and
they were in bad form though.
No, but he was getting game winners and everything. And you were like, nah, it's just like he was
doing.
He's
trying to sneak in some shouts.
No,
that
it's
no
not
one
about shouts.
remembers.
Man, them are rating him now, but this is starting from last season.
He's saying memory high.
Bro, don't do that. We were getting Tielemans before he come Prem, bro.
Last season, when I said Tielemans, I'm saying when I said Tielemans that team, you man tried to rub him out. That's what I'm saying. He was like, it's not really that. But like you said, they all bring a perfect balance. Indeed, he knows he's there to defend. Tielemans can do more, and Maddison's being more creative and more effective in the forward areas. But how much is that down to good coaching as well?
It's not. I think it's good coaching. We know about what Brendan Rodgers does, but I think it's just down to Maddison getting back to his, as Fuad said, getting back to his best level. I mean, we remember that time we spoke about Ozil and. We said something. We were talking about the 10s, and we were like, at the moment, Maddison's one of the
few 10s remaining.
In the league, and you look at him, he's getting back to his level. We all know that he's a top baller. Like, we know he's a baller, but now again with him, it's about, can you go to the next level? Because I wouldn't be happy if this is just James Maddison for the rest of his career.
Yeah,
he can be something different. Like if he really applies himself. So. And that's what he's doing at the moment. Now he's getting the presses and he's talking. Everyone's loving him. He's like the new
post-game reaction.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's getting the presses. Everyone's loving him, and that's what he needs, because there was a point where it kind of seemed like people were talking about his character, saying his character's like got bad, maybe not the greatest character. That's why he can't get into England team and blah blah blah. But when you look at it, talent-wise, absolutely should he play for England? Yeah. England are at the moment blessed with actually. When you look at Foden, Grealish, and Maddison. Flipping hell, the technical ability between the three of them is scary. But I think it will come down to, well, first, I don't think Southgate fancies Maddison for some reason. But then I think it will come down to who will play in that midfield role, Maddison or Foden. Because Grealish, if he's going to play, he's going to play on the left. Yeah. He's going to play on the left.
He's not going to play midfield.
He's not going to play midfield. He's going to play on the left. So it comes down to it. Is Maddison talented enough to start for England? If I saw England's best team and Maddison was there, would I be angry? No chance.
Yeah.
He's absolutely international.
But I think
quality as a
that
player.
competition there between the Fodens and the Grealish, I think those comparisons is why people have kind of knocked him, I feel like, over the last year. Because Grealish's form has stepped up. Because we've seen more and more flashes of Foden, people have been kind of quick to dismiss Maddison. Maybe because he's a little bit older. Maybe, I don't know what it, even though
I just
Grealish
think
the same age.
football's unforgiving.
But
When
just
you're not
back
in
to the
form.
tactical thing, I don't think Brendan Rodgers has done anything
Different.
tactically in particular to put him in a better position to shine. I just feel like he's within himself. And I think he said as well, like, Carragher challenged him to score more goals and things like that. And he said, this is now what I want to do. This is the next level I want to take.
But he also said
if you can now regularly get 10 to 12 goals a season, 10 to 12 assists to go with that, he's now stepped up another level where you're thinking, okay, he's actually ready for the next move after Leicester. But
I hear you. But on that, like, the manager did, like, he did saying that as well. Like, spoke to the manager, and it's like, okay, I want to get in those positions. Cool, play 8 and everything. So, like, it's not like he's just decided.
He's
but
mimicking
he's
Lampard.
always been,
Yeah,
he's
some
always
ways
been
the
this,
late
he's always been a
third
player
man
that
runs.
has the ability to give that outlet of goals and assists. Like, that's always been part of his
When
game.
I look at Maddison, I know Foden and Grealish are putting down good numbers. But when I look at him, I think you've got the potential
To
all
put
three of them
more,
put down
yeah,
the
yeah,
most
yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
So when you look at him, like what you said, Grealish said it with Southgate. Southgate came out and said, you got to look at Rashford's numbers. You got to look at Sterling's numbers. Grealish ain't getting them numbers. What did Grealish go and do this season? Pump numbers. Maddison, Carragher comes out, blast him a little bit. Sometimes it just takes within yourself.
Even
Similar to
Foden's
what we
putting
said
it,
about Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
Sometimes just about yourself.
Yeah,
It's not about the
personal.
manager as the tactics.
Yeah.
It's
And
about you
know what
sometimes.
as well, yeah? Like, again, confidence. Like, people are going on like he wasn't injured. I remember when he came back and I was like, listen, he's warming up when he was doing Europa League and he was getting minutes and scoring. Sometimes it's just about being available and being able to play. People will forget you because you're injured and rub you out like I'm not playing, I'm not fit. So
it's so funny. There's like a little, like, remember like a few months ago, or like a year ago, there's like a little like black boy who's gonna be Sterling, Rashford, and Sancho.
That's the white boys in midfield.
The white boy movement. You get me? Jack Grealish, Foden. There's a little
all
white
there.
boy clash
Rice,
there, right?
Calvin Phillips, that whole centre mid area, bro.
There's a little clash right there, and then up front there's a little Sterling, Rashford, Sterling. Who's
Black
gonna
Boys
nick
FC
it?
again.
Yeah. Hey,
That's too
it's funny anyway, and racism, like that. No to racism. No to racism. We're a
Let's all
cohesive
together.
country, and that. You know what I mean?
this is there, Great Britain.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
dumb. Let's go to champs and Dada Louis.
Oh,
Champ
shit.
nominees. Who are we feeling?
Bro, I can't believe. My champ was actually meant to be for last episode, but I'm bringing him forward to this episode.
Who?
My brother Ndombele. That goal last week. I'm sorry, that deserves some. You can, with your little Paul Pogba coming back. Of course, you're gonna act like that. Listen. I ain't even looking at these stinking keepers. Now, mind you, maybe
Who, Ramsdale and them, man, there.
The keepers
He's a little bit.
The keepers
It helps. We're winning it past Areola. We're winning it past Areola.
The keepers
But
are
nah, the last couple sort of month or so I've been seeing him, and that goal for me I felt like just perfectly crowned off. So Ndombele is my
Who's
champ.
yours?
West Ham. David Moyes, West Ham. 7th in the league right now. 4 wins. I think it's 4 wins in a row.
Bro, they are 7 points off their point tally from last season already.
Ridiculous.
And this is after a season where, and this is after a season where at the beginning of the window, the fan base were in turmoil because they sold
Got
Grady.
9 wins.
They weren't looking at getting the signings they wanted.
They were
and there was
exposing
rumours-
brothers' wives.
Yeah, and there was
owners' wives.
and there was rumors that Moyes wanted to walk. So like, it's a
Look,
redemption
wait.
tour.
Have I been on every time I've come on the show, I've said I rate David Moyes as a guy, as a manager. Man United, they tried to tarnish his name. People tried to make it like he's a rub manager. Okay, he just wasn't good enough for Man United.
That wasn't his
It
level.
just happened. Then he went to the absolute worst Sunderland team
Sociedad.
ever seen. Yeah, he was just doing nonsense for a little bit. But he's always been good man. He's got a team now again. He's got his baby Fellaini. He's got his everything that he needs in this team. And then look, goes to show, are people forgetting this was the manager that was really putting pressure on the great Uniteds and great City, not City,
With the
Chelsea,
Evertons.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
And he's
With
a
Steve-
good
with
manager,
Pino and
bro.
Osman.
And
them,
do you know one guy who deserves it? You mentioned Suchek and all these man and Rice, Antonio as well. Since coming
This
back
guy.
from injury,
He's just
bruv.
come back.
Since coming back from injury, this guy, he's. You know when we talk about Danny Ings being clutch last year for Southampton, he's doing that this year for them.
Did
I
it
feel
last
like
season.
a lot of even last season when they towards a post lockdown, bro.
And
So
what you got to
crucial.
remember as
And
well
his
is
style is never like the nice looking but he
he
gets
makes it
the
work. He
job
knows what he can and
done,
can't do.
bro.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. Sent him.
Herrera's
Sent him.
life was actually that's A&E behavior.
Hey, if you can edit that in somewhere in here,
His whole
please.
life, his whole
That
life
was-
changed.
He
His whole life
flew.
changed.
He
That is
flew.
live on the flesh PMP,
Bro,
Like,
that's
that's
like Antonio is the definition. Like, I know commentators nowadays have got to watch their words,
but they can say it for him.
you're allowed to say pace and power.
for him,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, but bro.
And it
It's
works.
allowed. That guy is a
Works,
monster, bro.
bro.
But
Bro,
do you know why?
that's Sunday
But
everything.
he owns it, and like the thing is, he comes
That's
and he
what
goes.
I like,
He
yeah.
always says, "Listen, I can't be these other guys. Like I can be me." Like I've seen. There's one game where he ran. Yeah, he did everything right. Man scuffed the shot. For this,
Bro, he even said it in some other interview where he was like, "Did you say like Rondo close touch stuff?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
like
not
that.
me.
It comes
It's not
for
me. I
when
just
it comes
want to
smash
my,
and pace and that.
Khabib smash.
Smash.
I want to
I wanna
smash. I want to
The
smash.
Donny was playing right back for a bit. He doesn't give
Yeah,
a
he
shit.
did
bro.
everything.
Left wing, right back, up
Yeah.
top.
Bro, this man was doing
Bro.
everything he could to stay at West Ham at one point, and now he is the focal point and like leading the
Do you know what the
charge.
biggest
guys.
Why
respect
do you
to him
think
is,
they
yeah?
were happy to let?
I was about to say the
Haller
biggest respect to him
still
is
at
that
him,
they
mate?
let their
25
record sign
million.
him.
We got our boy
No,
back.
no, it was more than 25.
No, it was 25. Ajax's record is 25.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
saying that West Ham bought it for more than that. They lost 20
They
mil
took
on
an
it.
L.
They took a 20 mil on him, and Antonio, Sunday League Pro, comes in, does his thing.
Nah,
So
big
respect.
him up, yeah, big him up, man. Because when you look at him, you say, "Flipping out, is this guy jammy or not?" But he knows what he
does,
is, and
bruv.
he does it.
But-
But he seems like a Conte player, innit? Conte's gonna try to sign him
Hey,
soon.
what?
If you like Victor Moses, you love Antonio.
I would-
He won't work for him. He's positionless. Antonio ain't got a position.
Hey, he likes specialists.
Bro.
He likes specialists.
Bro.
Conte likes specialists.
He's what? Victor Moses 2.0, bro.
That's
Like,
nah.
Super Saiyan Victor Moses.
So
That's
see
what
what
he
final
is.
form.
Bro,
It's over
final
9,000.
form. He's finally
Victor
got
Moses
final
went
form.
backwards to a right back. He
Yeah.
went the other way from right back to
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
So
He
it's
was
like
bro, Antonio
Antonio
Antonio's
is just
man,
a
man.
footballer. He doesn't have a,
Yeah.
he doesn't have a
Yeah.
position.
Black Rooney.
No.
just-
His
yeah.
name Black Rooney. Black Rooney, you know.
non-Lee Rooney, bro.
It doesn't surprise me,
Rooney.
but all of his goals for West Ham have been in the box. I said,
Is
yeah,
it?
of course.
No,
Where else is he
of
going to
course.
score from? He's not
gonna
scoring
get
maggots
you a
out of the box.
screamer. Of course not.
Look at him. You would say he's not a good header. He's not a good passer.
He just makes it
No,
work.
he's a great header. He's a great header.
I don't think he
He's
is.
got good aerial
underestimate-
ability.
he's
He's got
got
good
good-
aerial
I think
ability.
he
One of
just
the Jack
gets
in the
up.
box type.
No,
Yeah.
he's got good aerial. He's got. I wouldn't say he's good
know.
aerial, but he's got good aerial ability. He's got aerial presence. He will get in the
Athletic,
air.
yeah,
He will
he's
get in
You
the
know, in
air.
FM, the technical
Jumping.
abilities will be in like the grey, but then the physical will be
Yeah.
dark green. It'll be dark green.
You know the old school players. You know the old school players when it has the shit. His thing will be the whole thing. You'll just be like, it'll just be like.
Yeah. Literally, like, big.
But no, hold to him. Man, you know that
Hey,
everything's just
fam,
waiting
he's an
there.
inspiration for many people.
100%,
bro.
100%.
Many people.
But even
Rightly
like
so,
even like
rightly
that,
so.
the whole team's funny though, because like what Suchek and Kufal
My
came
dog.
from like Eastern European League. Bowen was playing like it's true. Like they were playing football in Eastern Europe.
Wait, can we not forget, please? West Ham, yeah?
Yeah,
We done?
yeah,
Can we move? Bruv, CR7.
yeah. I was gonna say
Course.
I've got
We're
two.
gonna still
Man's-
do our duds as well.
Yeah, mine is CR7
wrapping
for
up.
allegedly breaking it, but apparently he
No,
hasn't
no,
broken
he
it.
broke it. We'll give
Yeah,
it.
we don't
Pele
acknowledge-
and your garden goals, fuck
Bro.
off.
No, it's not Pele. It's Biscan.
Biscan or
They
whatever.
found they didn't
I
like
didn't even
a-
hear this
they didn't
brother
like a
till
mobile.
they
They
this
didn't
record
like a
come
mobile.
about.
They did a top up.
Bro, we don't
added like
acknowledge
six-
goals against minors and school
Plumbers and
teachers
World
that.
War II
Nah,
vets
bro,
and-
we
What
don't-
Yeah,
What
yeah.
Ronaldo's
Trust me.
done is
It might be
crazy.
Mhm.
Hold tight, Ronaldo. That's a big achievement. Boy, if you want to know more about it,
We're gripping.
listen. I said we're gripping.
CR.
Duds of the week. Duds of the week. Yo, Sam.
Goat status confirmed.
I don't even know what sound goats make, bro. I'm just thinking they're all part of the same
that's
family.
The goat sound now.
Duds. Who we got for duds?
My dud of the week is Messi for getting that first ever red card of your career in your 700 and something game of your career. Like, what is it, 790 games?
It's a funny red card though.
Funny little red card. He's slapping brothers. And you know what?
I told you.
Why, when he's on the floor?
You know what?
said, yo, is he dead?
He was doing it, take
that
the
was,
piss, though. He
I
was
said
doing
that's
take the piss.
quality.
Do you know what's
deserve
hilarious
that.
about that? Messi has been getting away with that for decades. And it's now that they're looking at him like, you ain't playing like no goat no more. Get off the pitch. That's what made me laugh about it. And then to follow up, fans wanted to get a little picture with their idol, the goat. And Messi's like, get out my face, man. Driving through. You know, the whole image has been, Ronaldo's a spoiled brat. Messi's this golden little
Angel.
child.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Over the years, we've been seeing that Messi's not
Scum
that
is
guy.
coming out.
And now the Red has confirmed it. He ain't no Gary Lineker. Gary Lineker didn't even get a booking for his whole career. You know, one big. That's an angel.
That's why he's the host.
Not Messi, bro.
That's why he's
Not
the
Messi.
host.
Because he was standing offside for the most of the game. That's what you are.
What? Not even a yellow.
Nothing.
It's crazy.
Nothing.
Nice guy of the world, man. Gary Lineker, top man, top man.
That's not even good. I don't even think that's a good stat.
Why? With all the goals that he scored, he's calm, man.
I wouldn't.
10 goals in a World Cup.
You didn't play with enough passion for me. If you ain't getting booked, you ain't trying.
Passion hype,
If you
man.
ain't getting booked, you ain't trying.
Lie, bro. He did well. Yeah, go on. Who's yours?
Mine is unfortunately Lampard. I just feel like it's.
We said Jada. I know you still feel me.
Yeah, I just feel like the position's become untenable now. I feel like he looks like he
I
can't.
love big words, man.
No, he looks like he's lost.
This guy loves a big word, isn't it? Great line.
Untenable hype.
No, he's lost, man. He's lost. I don't think he can turn it around. But it's him, and it's also the VAR from the City game.
Wait, just to confirm, you think that it's over for Frank Lampard?
I feel it's over for him. I don't feel like all your standing graces are gone. It's the worst win percentage of all of the managers. Now you're playing against people like Rodgers, and Rodgers is absolutely schooling you with a Leicester team. And if we're saying they should be competing, why not Chelsea in that same position? I just feel like everything adding up now. If he was to get knocked out of the FA Cup, that's it. Chelsea have not won a trophy for 2 years. Because it depends if you think we've got time in Champions League or not. So I feel like it's becoming untenable. It's sad when it's your legends, but the game is the game, and the game's not based on sympathy, innit? Like, but it's sad. Like, it's sad.
Fair enough.
But the ref from the City game as well.
See, I'm confused with that. Is what happened there? Is that apparently that's the real rules though?
No, every other time I've seen it, it's been given.
That was
But every time I've seen it. Every time, I just feel like
they pick and choose when they want to.
It's definitely a pick and choose one still.
Let's not ignore Madrid though.
Real
Madrid losing to Alpine Peanuts, or whatever their name is.
Bro, their fans are watching from their flat. That's how mad it is.
Come like Leon Oreo.
Marin levels.
Marin. Come like Leon Oreo.
Like Marin fans.
They were watching it from their flat.
Hey, horrible.
Flats.
Horrible.
Almost like the old Stamford Bridge. You know what I mean?
The car park.
Yeah, from the council houses, bro.
With Atletico's little gap in the league as well. Listen, Zidane. You know what I mean?
Is it?
I was going to say,
is Madrid
is available? They didn't take it.
Is Zidane? Because a lot of people talk. Is Zidane saving grace to still the Champions League?
Well, that was his last tenure. This is the thing.
But is that
the league title?
I
get it. It's nice.
But is that his saving grace?
Madrid standards?
That's what I'm saying. But is that his saving grace? The fact that but you've done amazing stuff before.
That's how you got the job back. You see it? That ain't gonna keep you in the job. Yeah, back again.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I don't know, but he got rid of James Bale. Odegaard's now out of there. I'm thinking you guys aren't doing well. Everyone, mate.
The thing is he tried to do that, but while bringing a lot of kids through as well.
What you say?
Hey, what? There was no need for that. But while bringing a lot of kids through, and I don't feel like
Bale. Don't try it. I've been seeing your tweets. I've been monitoring you.
Father Abraham, you know.
I've been
the storyteller.
Distancing ourselves slowly.
I've been monitoring you. I'm just waiting for the next Spurs topic. As we ain't had the Spurs topic for a little, I'm just waiting.
Next week,
we don't need to go into too much.
Liverpool, we back.
Each time I see like Madrid and I see them go through his phrases, it makes me, not that I didn't before, because I've always held him high esteem. It just makes me respect Benzema and everything that Benzema is so much. He's been there for how many years, and he's still like just carrying.
You know what?
Carrying.
It just shows the levels that Real Madrid hold themselves at a standard of club that we're talking about. Zidane should be sacked after they just won the league title, blah blah. Like, and you look at some of the stuff that you just talk about Lampard. You still got type of stuff that teams in the Premier League wait for and don't give him time. And Real Madrid are already thinking,
it's a standard you set though.
But race to Allegri, boy. Chelsea or Real Madrid, boy. Race.
Do you reckon they'll go for Allegri?
Oh, hold on. Allegri at Madrid.
That's what he's saying.
White flags are coming out in 6 months. 6 months.
Like Bernd Schuster and them,
man. He won 2 titles. Respect.
Hey, but they didn't like him. They didn't like him.
They didn't like him, but he got a silverware.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And especially after
Allegri will get you there.
He brought trophies when the Galacticos weren't delivering. Respect Schuster.
Yeah. What, when he brought the Dutchman in, innit?
Hey, Robben, Van der Vaart, Schneider, Van Nistelrooy. Hey, all my Dutch brothers are
keen. He loves his heritage.
And he's
old. Man's a hipster. Man's old, man. Man was like 24 when this was happening, bro. He was in his prime.
Not getting out the round of 16. They didn't like Bernd Schuster. Allegri will get you there.
The Champions League.
But he'll get you there. But you won't like.
You won't like he gets you there. What
you won't like.
I know, kill me. Setanta sports hype.
Bro, listen.
And that
Like an
bombshell.
Uber, you know when you give an Uber 1 star? That's what it is with Allegri. He'll get you there. You might not like the journey, but you're gonna get there. You're still gonna get there at the end. That's how it is.
Man.
Allegri, Chelsea are the ones that need him.
Bruv.
You don't go down
Dying.
Tuchel route, please.
Nah,
Do
they
not go down
listen.
Tuchel route, man.
Nah.
You're not a hit the
That's
club.
not the route.
You're a
TDO
winning
over
club.
there.
Chelsea are winners. That's it. You're just
Oh, what production?
Production, bro.
Listen,
You love
it's
Tuchel.
alright. It's alright. On that note, that's another episode. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure notifications
what
are
are we
on.
doing? Champion of the week is Sean Dyche. Just beat Liverpool at Anfield.
Ho!
Just beat Liverpool at
Ho!
Anfield.
No, you never said
You
it
didn't
before.
say that before.
He just
Speak,
beat
bro.
Liverpool at Anfield.
Facts.
After
That's
almost punching
that's
up
the gold
Klopp in the
star
changing
right there.
rooms.
Yeah, facts.
Where's the stop?
Facts.
Where's the golden boot?
It broke.
Oh my lord! Hey, cut the cameras, man. Cut the cameras, man.
So is this
Cut the cameras, man. What?
Listen, that's another episode.
Another episode hype, bro. Where's the get the boot
broken.
back, bro?
It's
Oh my gosh, where's the boot?
it's broken. Yes, the end of the episode. But turn the camera, bro.
Shambles. Shambles. Next week, guys.